Hello and welcome to Firstpost Spotlight, where we bring you the stories that matter from across the world. Shining a light on the biggest issues and controversies, I'm Kerry Johnston, live from the Firstpost studios. But first, a look at the day's headlines. Russia says it will continue fighting in Ukraine until it achieves its war aims as the conflict enters its fifth year today. European allies, including France and Germany, pledge their renewed support for Ukraine. Iran responds to the latest anti-government rallies in university campuses, saying students have the right to protest but must not cross certain red lines. China imposes export restrictions on dozens of Japanese firms, saying they're involved in building up Tokyo's military. Japan says it will take retaliatory measures after analysing the impact of the new curbs. Thailand's army says it exchanged fire with Cambodian forces along their border, accusing its neighbour of violating a December ceasefire. Cambodia rejects the claim. And US President Donald Trump prepares to deliver his State of the Union address later today, ahead of November's midterm elections. We begin with the latest from Pakistan. The country's powerful military intelligence establishment is under fresh pressure to ensure fair and humane treatment for jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan. When it comes days after it emerged that the cricket icon turned politician may have lost most of the vision in one eye while in prison. Earlier today, Imran Khan was brought to a government hospital in Islamabad for follow-up eye treatment, which his party claims was conducted in secret. Hospital officials cited by Pakistani media claim that the former Prime Minister remains clinically stable, but leaders of Khan's party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, say they don't trust official medical reports. They're now demanding that Khan's personal doctors be allowed to examine him. They also demand that Khan's family members be granted regular access to him in prison. They argue that the situation has become a humanitarian issue rather than just a political one. And in recent weeks, Khan's sons and sisters have repeatedly been denied access, adding to concerns about his conditions in jail. The growing concern has triggered protests by opposition leaders outside Pakistan's Supreme Court on Monday. They're demanding early hearings in Khan's cases and the full medical examination by independent specialists. Pakistan's Senate opposition leader, Raja Nasir Abbas, stepped into the debate with an unusual political offer.
You fix things with the PTI founder. I promise I will not let your government fall.
Pakistan's government, however, says Khan is receiving all the required medical care and insists he is being treated properly. Well, jailed but still influential, Khan remains a major force in Pakistan's politics. Long before that, he was a cricket hero, leading Pakistan to its historic 1992 ODI World Cup triumph. Well, last week, 14 former international cricket captains, including some of Khan's contemporaries, wrote to the Pakistani government. The cricketers warned that reports of deteriorating eyesight and poor prison conditions have caused deep concern. Former Indian cricket captain Sourav Ganguly also voiced his support for Khan.
I hope his health recovers and I hope he gets the right treatment because he has taken Pakistan to the world map, being captain of Pakistan cricket team and then Prime Minister of Pakistan. So I'm sure he must be looked after and respected.
As pressure builds from opposition leaders, supporters and even global cricket figures, the treatment of Imran Khan is increasingly seen as a symbol of the broader political struggle between Pakistan's establishment and its most popular opposition leader. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Israel on February 25th for a two-day trip. The visit comes at a key moment for India-Israel ties and amid heightened regional tensions involving Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the upcoming visit historic. He described PM Modi as a dear friend. He said the India-Israel partnership is growing stronger.
The fabric of relations has been tightening, and he will come here so that we can tighten it even further in a series of decisions related to the cooperation between the governments and between the countries, economic cooperation, political cooperation, and security cooperation.
Ahead of the visit, Prime Minister Modi thanked Netanyahu for his message and said India values its friendship with Israel. He said the ties are built on trust, innovation, and a shared commitment to peace and progress. Both leaders have spoken about working more closely on innovation, security, and strategic cooperation. And during the visit, Prime Minister Modi is expected to address the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, a rare honor for foreign leaders. India and Israel also likely to move ahead on cooperation in several areas, including technology, security, artificial intelligence, agriculture, water management, and trade. Talks are also underway on deepening defense ties, including cooperation on missile defense systems, drones, and advanced military technology. Netanyahu said Israel is looking to build a broader network of partner countries in the region and beyond.
In the vision that I see before my eyes, we will create a complete system, essentially a kind of hexagon of alliances around or within the Middle East. This includes India, this includes Arab countries, this also includes African countries, and also countries in the Mediterranean, Greece and Cyprus, and also countries in Asia that I will not list right now. I will present it in an orderly manner.
Meanwhile, India has not made any official comment on its involvement in that plan. But while Netanyahu outlines Israel's broader regional strategy, tensions remain high in West Asia, with concerns about a possible escalation involving Iran. Despite fears of a wider conflict, India and Israel are moving ahead with the visit, highlighting the importance of their relationship. Well, this will be Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second visit to Israel since 2017 and comes with the hope of growing ties amid rising regional tensions. Now let's shift our focus to North Korea. Kim Jong-un's powerful younger sister has been elevated to a top post. The move has marked a significant shift in Pyongyang's power circle, intensifying speculation over the regime's future succession. Kim Yo-jong, widely regarded as her brother's most trusted insider, was elevated to department director within the Workers' Party's top central committee. The leadership did not specify which department she would oversee. However, she's no stranger to senior roles. In the past, she served as deputy director in the party's powerful propaganda department. Her latest promotion reinforces her position at the center of North Korea's power structure. Well, the timing underscored the weight of the announcement as the declaration was made in Pyongyang during a rare party congress. The high-level meeting is held once every 5 years and lays down the regime's roadmap from its economic direction to military strategy. Kim Yo-jong has steadily consolidated power within the regime, emerging as one of North Korea's most influential figures. She made a rare diplomatic appearance in South Korea during the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Well, since then, she's become a central voice of the regime, sending strong messages to Seoul and Washington and playing a key role in diplomatic and nuclear messaging. Reports say she could be positioning herself for even greater power.
It depends on the timing, but I believe if Kim Yo-jong believed that she had a chance of becoming the top leader, then she would take it. For her, there are no reasons to refrain from putting into effect her own political project.
Well, Kim Yo-jong's promotion unfolded amid growing speculation about a possible rivalry within the ruling family. South Korea's intelligence agency indicated that Kim Jong-un's 13-year-old daughter, Kim Ju-ae, was being groomed as a potential successor. The assessment followed her repeated public appearances, a move that prompted fresh analysis of Pyongyang's succession plans. Now, she first appeared in public at a long-range missile test in November 2022. After that, she was regularly spotted beside her father at events like weapons trials, military parades, and factory inaugurations. Her visit to Beijing last September further strengthened perceptions that a new heir was being introduced to the world. And while Kim Ju-ae has begun appearing in public, the focus also remains on her aunt, Kim Yo-jong. She's widely seen as the second most powerful figure, with strong political influence and military backing. However, there's still no clarity on who will eventually lead North Korea or when Kim Jong-un might transfer his authority. Our final story today comes from Thailand. A deadly silence has fallen over one of the country's most popular wildlife attractions. Officials in Chiang Mai are trying to find the cause behind the sudden deaths of 72 captive tigers at Tiger Kingdom. Now, that's a tourist park where visitors can hug, touch and pose for photographs with the big cats. The animals died, though, over a 2-week period, raising alarms over a possible disease outbreak and safety conditions at the centre. The deaths occurred across 2 facilities in the mountainous districts of Mai Rim and Mai Tiang. The park reportedly housed more than 240 tigers in total. Dozens of animals reportedly began showing signs of illness in early February.
Treating sick tigers is very different from treating dogs and cats. Dogs and cats live closely with us, so when they show symptoms, we can respond and provide treatment right away. Tigers, however, aren't living closely with humans. By the time we notice that something is wrong, the illness may already be advanced.
Well, early tests suggested a feline viral infection, possibly called parvovirus. But the government later stated that samples from the carcasses tested positive for canine distemper virus. It's a highly contagious disease that attacks the respiratory, intestinal and nervous systems. Vets also identified a secondary mycoplasma bacterial infection compounding the animal's conditions. Well, officials have yet to confirm how the outbreak began. Some local authorities initially suspected contaminated raw chicken meat fed to the tigers may have played a role. Officials in Chiang Mai say there's no indication of transmission to humans, but officials and staff who work closely with the animals have been put under a 21-day medical observation, though no one has fallen sick. The remains of the 72 tigers have been cremated and buried. Meanwhile, teams are urgently disinfecting enclosures and preparing vaccination programs for the surviving animals. The park has been temporarily closed for 2 weeks. Animal welfare groups argue the tragedy exposes deeper systemic vulnerabilities. Wildlife Friends Foundation Thailand said the outbreak demonstrated the vulnerability of captive species to infectious diseases.
These tigers died the way they lived, in misery, confinement, and fear. If tourists stayed away, these places would quickly become unprofitable, and tragedies like this would be far less likely to happen.
In 2004, a devastating bird flu outbreak hit the Suracha Tiger Zoo in Chonburi province. Fresh chicken carcasses were identified as a likely source that time. 147 of the zoo's 441 tigers either died or were euthanized to contain the spread. And more recently, between August and October 2024, 47 tigers and 3 leopards died in South Vietnam after contracting bird flu. Well, Tiger Kingdom Chiang Mai, long marketed as a place where visitors can experience close contact with predators, now finds itself embroiled in controversy. What was once a backdrop for holiday selfies has become a biosecurity crisis, one that has reignited the debate over captive wildlife in tourism in Thailand. That's all we have time for on the show today, but we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.